Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga for Runners. So I have recently started running and I have noticed how tight it makes my hips and my glutes. So this class is going to be designed to stretch out those areas. If you sit all day or you're noticing that you have tightness in your hips or in your low back, this is also going to be an awesome class for you. You might want 2 yoga blocks for this practice, but other than that, you just need you and your mat. So if you are ready to begin, let's go ahead and start in a tabletop position. Now I want you guys to be really conscious today of your breath, breathing with sound all through the nose. Bringing those hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. Just take a moment here and just settle into your breath. So inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Again, inhale and exhale. And then let's add a cat-cow. So as you inhale, we're gonna rise all the way up, tucking the tailbone under, dropping the chin to the chest, really rounding the upper back. And release it, lift the tailbone now, sink the heart down, squeeze your shoulder blades, getting a wonderful stretch to the front of the body. You can gaze at the edge of your yoga mat. And then inhale and rise all the way up. So draw that navel in, lift up the pelvic floor, round your back, and release it. Opposite direction. Gazing forward, squeezing your shoulder blades. And again, rounding all the way up. Chin to chest. And just let your breath be really natural here. Release it one more time. Tailbone lifts. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Gaze forward. And then come into neutral spine. So we're going to walk the hands forward, and then you're going to place your shoulders over your hands so that the knees are no longer tracking under the hips. And then from here, I want you to retract your shoulder blades, lift your tailbone up, arch your back, and then tuck your chin. This might feel really awkward and weird, but we're just giving the hamstrings a little bit of room to breathe here. So tuck the chin, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then really lift your tailbone up. So you should feel this in your low back primarily, but also a great stretch through your neck here. And you're gonna feel your shoulders squeezing, so you're gonna feel activation there. You'll feel it in the front side of your body as well. Just breathe. Couple more seconds, breathe. Just asking your body for permission to move into those tighter spaces. And then very gently go ahead and just push back to a gentle child's pose. And then just soften, let go, relax. And from here, let's come into a downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, keep your knees nice and soft here, and then just push your hips all the way up. So let's check out our downward dog. Let's see if we come forward into a plank. If our shoulders track right over our wrists, mine do. Check out yours. If not, come into a nice plank here. Bend your knees and then press your hips up. Drop your head, shake it out. Knees nice and soft here. And then slowly we'll start to just pedal. One heel at a time, keeping the upper body right where it is. Nice strong arms here. And just notice how you're feeling. Notice if your feet are hip width and your hands are shoulder width. And then let's go ahead and just pick a knee. I'm gonna pick my left knee, bend it, and then just twist a little bit from side to side. And then maybe you want to drop your left hip down. So you're going to feel this through your side body, and your QL as well. Oftentimes the QL will get really tight with running or sitting. Do the other side. Bend the right knee now. Twist the hips a little bit. Those arms right where they are, and then drop that right hip down till you feel a nice stretch through your side body. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and walk it in. Keep your knees nice and soft here. Bend your knees a lot, so big generous bend. Drop the head, shake it out, and just hang like a rag doll. And then from here, I want you to shift the weight into your toes and then back into your heels. And just notice how your hamstrings will fire up as we shift the weight into our toes. I want you to try to keep your ribs on your thighs, but if it's not there, it's okay. Just let go of any tension you have in your neck and shoulders. And then slowly, we're gonna find balance here on the ball of the foot, so the weight evenly distributed. And then take your right hand across the body. See if you can feel a wonderful stretch here, again through the side body, and a little bit more in this left hamstring. And then let's take it to the other side. So just reach that left arm along as far over as you can, relaxing the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. And then come back to center. Beautiful. Go ahead and place your hands on the tops of those knees. Bend your knees and then round all the way up. Last thing to come up is the top of the head. Ah, beautiful. Okay, let's cross the right leg over the left. You're going to place this left hand on your hip and then take your right arm and reach all the way over. And it's almost like you're pushing your hip here to the side, okay? So as we reach, you're going to feel that down through your side body. And then if you have your balance, go ahead and gaze up. If it makes you feel unbalanced, then you can look down, no problem. Let's switch it, other side. So take the right foot over the left, right hand on your hip, left arm, thumb up towards the sky, reach it up, push that hip just a little bit, so we're just gently guiding it, and then gaze under the arm. Breathe. And then let it go. Awesome. Okay, team, right foot forward this time, left foot, bring it back about 1 meter or 3.5 feet. I want your heel in alignment with your other heel. So placing your hips facing forward, okay? I want you to straighten out this front knee and press into the base of your big toe, so the ball of your foot. Spread your toes and activate your feet. Then squeeze your quadricep. From here, try to keep a nice straight back. We're just gonna go into pyramid pose. So I'm already starting to feel it as I come down, feeling it here in the attachment. That's not what we want, okay? So we want it to be here in the hamstring. So drawing my core in, okay, to have activation in my pelvis. And then I'm gonna slowly come down, flatten out the back, and I'm just gonna go down as far as I feel comfortable. So you feel free to go down as far as you can. Core is on, pelvic floor is lifted. That's gonna help send a message to your brain to relax your hamstrings because your pelvis is nice and stable. And then inhale, come on up. And then slowly step forward and switch it out. And if you feel a little bit wobbly, that's totally normal. That's just your nervous system responding to the yoga posture, okay? So headlights, your hip bones forward, pressing the base of your big toe, squeeze your quadricep, activate your core, draw navel in. So think about knitting your ribs and then hands on the waist. Keeping those hips, your headlights forward, slowly come down, pyramid pose, chin to shin, okay, or just as far as you feel comfortable. Try not to look up at the edge of your mat, but just a nice long neck, no wrinkles in the back of your neck here. Beautiful, and then inhale, come on up. And let's go ahead and step it in, spine chair pose. Bring your feet underneath your hips, okay? So traditionally, we bring the feet together. I want you to separate your feet and bring them right underneath your hips. And then imagine that you're sitting back into a chair, so knees are gonna go behind those toes, belly drawn in. I want you to sit all the way into the heels, so even pulse a little bit here so that you feel it through your glutes, and then take your heels and pull them away from each other. Okay, you're gonna feel more glute activation as you do that. Core is on, and then reach those arms up, gaze between your hands, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, forward fold over those legs, shake it out. Now let's separate the feet even more. You might want your yoga blocks here. You can place one behind you. You can hold them in your hands. We're gonna transfer down through Malasana. So come out a little bit wider. Toes can turn out or forward, whatever feels most comfortable. Bend the knees nice and slow, and depending on your ankle flexibility, all right, if you tend to wanna lift your heels, I want you to just stop wherever you're at. See if you can come all the way down. If you can't quite get there, block is here. You can move your feet a little bit forward even, and that'll help with the ankle flexibility, but try not to sit on that block. So press your weight forward so that you're actually using your legs and your core to hold you in the position here. And then let's press the elbows into the hands. Prayer. Nice deep breath in and out. Beautiful. And then slowly see if you can transition all the way down. We'll make our way down to the floor now. So drawing that core in, hold on to the back of the leg, slowly come on down, knees into chest, big hug here. Rock out your spine a little bit from side to side. Awesome. And let's open the arms up into a T, cross right leg over left, and then float your knees over to the right as you pin the left shoulder down. If this is too intense because you're really tight, then just take the knees and stack them, all right? Otherwise, try to come into eagle here. Might be too much, but the opposite shoulder pinning down towards the floor. And just see if you can take a nice deep exhale and let go. This is one of my absolute favorite yoga postures. Helps your back, stretches your hips, also helps your digestive system. Slowly unhook. Let's bring the knees back into the chest, big hug. Pull the knees in. And when you're ready, cross that right foot over the left and float the knees to the left side of your body, opening up your arms, pinning the opposite shoulder down, and gazing down the opposite hand. And it's totally okay to close your eyes here if you want to really just feel some deep relaxation. Drawing that navel in. And as you squeeze and lift up the pelvic floor, notice if you can get a little bit more out of your twist. And then slowly, let's return back, knees to chest. Nice big hug here. Let's find a happy baby. So flex the feet. Reach for the outside of your feet or your ankles, and even here, we can even be here, you guys. We don't have to grab our feet, but if you can, grab your feet. If you're really tight, this might be really challenging. You might want to be here. Really try to get your feet over your knees. So we're looking for that 90-degree angle. And then you're going to exhale and just gently guide your knees down towards your ribs there. Deep breath here. See if you can soften and let go a little more. Becoming really intentional with your breath. Notice if you're holding on to any tension. And just tell your body to let go. Just relax. You're safe. You're secure. And let's go ahead and release that. All right, let's figure forward out here. So cross that right leg over the left. Open and close the knee a couple times. Breathe. Notice how that feels. Maybe you just want to stay here and just push the knee away. If you can, you're going to bring that other knee in. Now, this is where I feel it a lot, okay? It's stretching out through the glutes here. If you have a little more flexibility, you can hook behind your thigh there, or even here on the shin bone. But just try to relax the upper body as we push this right knee away. And just soften into it. So much of stretching is all about our nervous system and relaxing our nervous system. So we've got to mentally go there, okay? So you got to tell your body to relax. Let's do the other side. Cross that left foot and maybe open and close here. This is my tighter side. Notice which side is your tighter side. We all favor one side typically. And see if you can make your breath a little fuller and a little bit deeper. Let's see here if I can get my upper body down and relaxed. Pushing this opposite knee away. So the only activation I have is I'm pulling my right knee in and I'm pushing my left knee away. Every other muscle is just relaxed. But listen to your body. What is your body telling you to do? And then let's go ahead and release that. Draw the knees in, big hug. Let's cross the ankles, let's roll it up. Flip the feet out and off to the side here. We're gonna find that downward dog again. So placing the hands underneath the shoulders, step it back. Find a plank and then a downward dog. Knees can be soft. Breathe. If you're feeling a little more flexible and you want to drop the heels, you can even lift your toes to make this a little bit more intense. Feel free to do that. And then come forward, coming back into tabletop. So we're going to drop the knees down. We're going to stretch out through our side body, through our glute med here, okay? So I want you guys to take your right foot and bring it nice and long. And then you're going to bring it over to the outside of your left foot here, so the edge of your yoga mat. And then from here, I want you to gaze and look at your foot. All right, so placing this right foot as far left as possible. You're gonna feel your inner thighs on this one. And then just gazing at your foot. So you should feel your left obliques really firing on this. And then switch. So let's take the left leg, bring it to the outside of the right corner of your mat. And you might want to just stay here, pressing the ground away. You might feel that through your hips. If you're not feeling it, it just means you're not tight in that area, okay? And then let's see if we can turn and look at the foot, make this a little deeper. So I only feel this on my left side, didn't feel it on my right side. Just breathing into that space. And then coming back to tabletop here. Let's find tiger pose. So take that right leg, bring it straight, bend the knee. And then from here, you're gonna press your toes up towards the sky, stretching out that hip flexor. If you can, I want you to reach back with the opposite hand, grab that foot. You can also use a yoga strap if you need it, or simply just be here, okay? You can grab the foot, great. Kick into the hand. That'll give you balance, kicking into the hand. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's do the other side. Taking that left foot, finding our balance, bend the knee, and then press your toes up like you're pushing a button, stretching out through the hip. Remember, we can just be here. Well, let's see if we can grab the foot. I like to pull my toes back to kind of hook my hand on my foot there. Kicking into that hand keeps you balanced. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Awesome job, you guys. All right, let's come on down to the floor. Sphinx pose. Elbows down, belly down, and then push out of those shoulders. Firm your legs, so point your toes, squeeze your quads, and squeeze your butt. Then squeeze the pelvic floor, draw the navel in, and just gaze forward. Notice how you feel. If it's too much on your back, you can kind of come down a little bit out of those shoulders. If you feel like you can go for more, go ahead and straighten your elbows, and then maybe walk it in a little bit. All up to you. If you want to lift the chin, you can make this a little more intense. And then slowly come on down. Let's bend this right knee here. Reach back, grab that foot, and I want you to point the foot and come to the top of that foot. So we're going to stretch out the feet as well as to the quads. Pull that foot in as close to your glute as possible, and then tuck your tailbone under. Okay, you're going to feel really intensely through the quads. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. Do the other side. Nice and slow. Pull it in. Point your foot. Bring it really close to your glutes. Tuck your tailbone under and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Beautiful, you guys. All right, let's slowly push it back. Find a nice child's pose. That should feel good from all of that back work. So knees wide, big toes touching, forehead down. Just soften into the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Listening to your body. Just allowing yourself to be completely present in this moment. Not trying to change anything, but rather just be. And slowly slide the hands by the face. Take the feet out from under you. We'll come into a nice wide forward fold. So bringing the legs about 90 degrees here. So you're making a right angle, flexing through those feet. I want you to press forward with the upper body. So we're not using our hands. We're just using our upper body and the weight of our upper body and our core muscles to kind of stretch out through the hamstrings. And just notice if one side is a little bit more intense than the other, one hamstring a little tighter. Squeeze your shoulder blades. That'll help you from rounding. And then let's walk the feet in a little bit. So a little less than 90 degrees. Come forward. See if you have the same mobility you did with a little bit wider there. And then walk them in a little bit more even. Notice if it's getting harder, easier. And then hip width. Okay, bring those hands behind you. Squeeze your back muscle. Tip it forward. And if you're like, Kerri, I'm only like this, that's okay. I want you just to feel it. Feel it through those hamstrings. All right, we don't want to feel it in the knees or in the glute attachment. So if you're feeling it there, I want you to back off. Just feel it in the actual hamstring. And then let's walk the hands forward. See if you can kind of wiggle the feet together now. Draw navel in. Think about getting your ribs up onto your thighs. So pulling ribs forward, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's grab a yoga block or a bolster. We're gonna place it underneath the sacrum here. So depending on what's comfortable to you, you can place it here or here. I'm going to place it on the lowest height there, underneath that flat bone, right above your tailbone. Okay, and then head comes down, both knees come in, adjust the block so it's comfortable. You can also use just a pillow. Knees in, stretch out through the psoas. So right leg lifts and then slowly bring that leg down towards the floor. And then relax the foot. And you're going to feel it all through your psoas here, okay? Pulling the opposite knee in toward your ribs. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch. Left leg lifts and then slowly lowers. Pulling right knee in, relaxing your feet. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, let's bring the feet down onto the floor so that you can lift up and remove that block. And then let's take Matsyasana, which is one of my favorite postures. We have several ways we can work Matsyasana. You can bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. You can come into lotus with your legs, or I love to leave my legs straight here. Just lift the chest, lift the chin, and let the head drop back. Or we can come into a more passive fish pose. Okay, and this is all up to you. You can place the block at whatever height feels most comfortable to you. You can take your other yoga block and we can use it to support our head here as we drop the head back, and the arms can just be open. And you might feel a wonderful stretch here through the chest as well. You might even want to place your fingertips by your ears and open up your elbows. Okay, whatever feels good. Right now, like this position, this cactus arm feels really good for me. And just stay in your fish pose for 5 full breaths. Just notice how you're feeling. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and support your head, or you can grab that block if it's underneath your head and gently lift it up. Elbows down to the floor, release the other block if you are using it. And let's bend the knees here. Place the hands on the belly, close the eyes. I want you just to turn off your controlled breath. We're just going to take a moment to close the practice. And just notice how you feel right now. Take the next couple moments and focus on gratitude. So what are you most grateful for in your life? Then begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug, rocking out your spine a little bit here, side to side. If If you'd like to continue meditating, feel free to just pause the video. Otherwise, cross the ankles, hold on behind those knees, roll yourself up. We're just going to end with 3 breaths. So just go ahead and let the hands just fall wherever they fall. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Fully inhale. And exhale through your mouth and let it go. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. You can open your eyes, bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this class. Leave me a comment below and let me know, and have an amazing day. Bye guys.